What's going on, guys? My name is Alan, and welcome to another commentary. It has been a couple of weeks since I have sat down in front of a microphone and talked to you guys about stuff, which is kind of an unfortunate trend on my channel. Not so much this summer. The summer actually did a pretty good job as far as video making is concerned. Did a pretty good job. Pretty much everything else was very unproductive, though. I sat around and played video games, watched movies. Actually, movies I didn't watch too many. I have a large pile of movies I need to watch. I just have not watched them for some reason. I buy them, but I don't watch them. I am a horrible spender. That is the problem with me. But as far as videos go, I was doing pretty good this summer. And then college happened, and it's not that college is the work's hard or it's a lot of work. It's not this my first semester. I decided to take it easy, kind of get used to it a little bit. And as far as the work that I am doing, it's not too bad. It's pretty easy. I'm actually doing a beginning algebra class because I'm pretty bad at math. But biology is pretty easy, which that's actually all we have in that class is quizzes and tests, I believe. I think she has assignments, but they're sporadic. They're not all the time. But that's pretty easy for the most part. What else am I doing? I'm doing the school calls it an IDS class, and it's pretty much a freshman level course. You can take it if you're a sophomore or a junior or whatever, but most of the time it's required for freshmen, which I hate that because it's not an academic class. It's just them talking about college success. And, just because it works for somebody doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody. And they're just tips. But if it was just tips and it was just a participation grade, I'd be fine going in there and doing it and showing up or whatever, because I'm going to do that anyway. But there's actually work involved as far as like projects go. Like, I think at some point there's going to be a video project, which you wouldn't think is a big deal for me because I do make YouTube videos. But me having to work with people who don't do that, I already have a headache thinking about it. So anyway, and what else am I taking actually? English, which is English, so I'm not talking about that too much. But anyway, so the workload is pretty simple. It's not too much, not too bad. I do feel like I am not doing enough though. So next semester I'm probably gonna take more classes. I hope that IDS class is just one semester, because if it's two, I'm gonna fucking flip. But anyway. So, other than that, college is pretty good, except for one thing, and this is a major first world problem, and that is the internet situation at my school. It's pretty bad. The internet is... I did a speed test when I got there, so it was 2.5 weeks ago, and it hasn't changed much. I think it's gotten worse since everybody's fully moved in, they got their stuff set up. It's pretty bad. I think the download speed was 0.90, and then the upload was 0.26, and I forget the ping, but it wasn't too good either. And it's so bad I can't connect my PlayStation. Computer, of course I can do that, but it's very, very slow. And I bought an Ethernet cable to try and make it maybe work faster, but it doesn't even work actually. I think something's wrong with my the actual Ethernet port. When you plug it into the wall, it's actually not good. I think it's faulty. So I may need to talk to somebody about that, but I've heard it doesn't make a difference really. So it's probably just pointless trying to deal with that. So pretty much upload, and it's not just my dorm. It's pretty much I talk to people in the more expensive dorms and the cheaper dorms. I'm in like a mid-level dorm, and they say it's bad in every dorm. So that's not good. So no matter where I would go, it would be pretty bad. So if I got out of this dorm, it wouldn't help any. Then I thought about, I'll just go to the library and I'll put the video on a flash drive and upload it there, because the computers in the library are actually pretty good. They're pretty fast. Internet speed's a lot better. But for some reason, the firewall blocks you from doing that, uploading a video to YouTube. So that's pretty much off the table as far as that goes. So I don't know my other options, because I thought about going to the library too, but then I realized it probably does have another access point in there, but it's probably just as bad. Like, actually, they do have a guest connection that I connected to originally, because the student wireless was down for the first day, I think, when we first moved in. But the guest wireless is much slower, and that's probably what's going to be in the library, which is just I honestly that makes me probably the most frustrated about the whole experience so far is that, because I am a 21st century person. That doesn't make any sense. That was stupid. That sounded very dumb. But I am so used to how things work nowadays as far as computers and technology. I need the internet. It's a necessity almost for me. Yeah, it's not required to live. It's not oxygen, but it is still very, very important to me. And sometimes it doesn't even work, and it makes me very upset. But I don't know what I'm going to do about it. I honestly don't know. Right now I am at home, actually. So this video, in the past 2 Manhunt episodes you saw, those were uploaded at home. So I don't know what I'm going to do. So I don't think I'll be able to come home every weekend. I have so far, but I don't know if that's going to happen, because it just seems like it's going to be a lot of work to do that, and a lot of gas is expensive. So I can't do that every weekend. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I may try uploading from my dorm. But see, my roommate, though, I'm worried about him, like, touching my computer. Because, see, I have an alarm clock in my side of the room. And it's pretty good about waking me up. And I have it set to, like, 7:30 every day, so it'll wake me up. 'Cause I don't wake up right away. I wake up probably more or less around 8, because it takes me a while to finally wake up. And he likes to go turn it off, actually, and I don't like that, because I need it to fucking wake up. But see, I'm worried about if I leave my computer on overnight, and because it's going to take several hours to upload a video, no matter what it would be. I'd have to leave it on overnight, and that light would probably bother him, because he talks about me not having my TV on overnight. So I don't like that. I don't like that worry about doing that. If I was in a single dorm, that'd be great. I would have no problems there. But my roommate's touchy. He likes to touch shit, and which is fine. He doesn't steal shit. If he was stealing stuff, I'd already have a new roommate probably. But he touched. I don't mind. Actually, if I do go to sleep with my TV on, which I don't do too often anymore, but I do, he turns it off, and that's fine. That's a remote. That's fine. I usually set it a little closer to his side of the room. There's actually a mini fridge that's in between different sides of the room. So I'm fine with him reaching over and turning the TV off. That's fine. That's a different story than him reaching across my head and turning my damn alarm clock off. Because that is actually up above my head on the little headboard. And I don't like that. So I just kind of rambled on there about my roommate. But other than that, it's okay. He doesn't speak too good of English. I actually was surprised by that. So I think I actually got a roommate change without being told, because I was actually expecting somebody else and different name entirely, which is fine. It just, again, school, you have my address. You could have sent me a warning or a statement saying we have changed your roommate. But now I'm just rambling on, so let's move on to another topic. And one of the things I was looking forward to the most in college was actually meeting people. I was looking forward to that the most. And see, in high school I was very quiet, very much antisocial. I just did not talk very much. I didn't really feel the need to, because I didn't feel connected with anybody I went to school with. The people I hung out with, especially senior year, I wouldn't call them friends. I mean, one of them I would, but the rest of them, like, I just don't talk to them. They were just there, and they were people I hung out with for I don't really know why. Honestly, now that I think about it, I wish I would have just, like, sit by myself. Would have been much better, but again, rambling on. So, anyway, and I was looking forward to that in college, going around meeting people, talking more, and actually, after orientation, I actually went and the school has you can go on to the school and look at all the different organizations that are available for you. And I actually joined a secular student alliance, and I was looking forward to that the most. I'm like, oh, these people are going to be just like me, I'm going to be at home. I'm going to feel like more at home and connected there. But for some reason they haven't met yet, and then they actually have meetings on their calendar for, they have them every Tuesday, but it only describes when, it doesn't say where, it says what time, and that's it. So, I don't know what to do about that, and that was something that kind of just, like, crushed me, because I didn't know what to do, and I actually contacted the president of that organization, and she's not gotten back to me yet, so I don't know what to do. I guess I could contact the vice president or the advisors that are in that organization, but I probably should do that. That's probably my other option. I should have done already, but anyway, that was disappointing, but it's whatever. And I actually, this past Friday, before I left back home, there's actually a new student in my English class, because I only have one class on Friday. Not really sure why that's relevant, but I just said it anyway. But anyway, there was a new student in there, and they were my teacher, the professor in that class, likes to talk about current events, and she brought up about Syria. Then we got on a topic of, there was actually a topic, I forget what it's about now, but we got on the topic about The Daily Show, which, if you don't know, is Daily Show hosted by Jon Stewart on Comedy Central. It's very funny. I enjoy watching it. And he actually watched that. He was the only one that really watched it in the entire class besides me. And I don't watch it all the time. I watch it whenever I'm nothing else to do. If I'm going to watch news, probably going to be the Young Turks or another source on the internet that I'm going to watch for news. But I do occasionally watch The Daily Show. And I'm like, you know what? This kid seems like me. Because he was talking from a liberal standpoint. I'm like, oh, like me, I think I'm going to introduce myself. And boy, I did that, and it was very awkward. And it wasn't like I was like stuttering. Like when I talk and I'm nervous or I'm excited, I get really start talking fast. I didn't do that. I just didn't place the proper words in my mouth. They didn't come out properly. They weren't sped up. They just weren't like very, I don't know. They just didn't seem like the words I really wanted to say. And he was also texting on the phone, so it was also awkward because of that. But anyway, that was actually the first time I've ever done that. It wasn't like forced, like, oh, you gotta introduce yourself to somebody today. Like NSO, they did that shit all the goddamn time, and I hated it. I like when they drop you in an area and say, do whatever you want. Like college. College is you go in there and you get to do what you want, how you want to do it. And I like that option. When it's NSO and they make you do it, I don't like that. Let me do it at my own pace. I'll be cool. But anyway, that's all I gotta say about that. Other than that, college is pretty good. I'm having fun with it, so yeah. Awkward stop. Ooh, jump cut. Yes, I did do a jump cut there. It was pretty obvious. Usually I can make it where it doesn't sound so obvious, but I ended that last segment on a word that would make it seem like it is a jump cut, and it is. So if you guessed jump cut, you are right. You do win a prize. Not really, but anyway. So let's talk about other shit, because there's a lot of different things I have missed the past 2 weeks that I want to discuss and ramble on for 20 more minutes. So get ready. First off, Payday 2 finally came. As I said in past commentary, Payday 2 had a really bad launch. They had a release date of was it the 16th? I forget, but the release date was set. It didn't come out that day. They didn't release a retail copy. They actually released the digital copy on Steam and PSN. So if you were going to do it right there originally, you got the copy. It's great. But I ordered the collector's edition, and even the regular edition, the launch just did not happen until like that Friday. It happened way after it, and it was a pretty bad launch. 505, which is the publisher of this game, is a lot smaller developer than any other developer. So they just didn't have the leeway or the funds to really get this thing out on time, except for the digital download. And it actually did not have a digital download on Xbox until much after that. So, but other than that, it finally came the day, I'm not joking, came the day I moved into my dorm, which upset me, but couldn't play it anyway, bad internet. But anyway, I digress. But finally got home that weekend and played it, and Payday 2 is very fun. I am enjoying Payday 2 for the most part. They improved upon a lot of the different aspects of Payday 1, and it made it so much better. The game feels a lot smoother than the first Payday. There's a lot more to do, a lot more weapons, a lot more customization options. You can actually customize a mask. Well, you get your base mask, and then you can actually customize it to more or less fit what you want out of it. And I like that. But the one thing I do dislike about Payday 2 is CrimeNet. And CrimeNet, if you don't know, is the server browser in this game. And it's kind of set. It's like an overlay over a map of DC. And it's fine and dandy until there's so many different options to do. They overlap almost, and it gets kind of clusterfucky. I don't like that. My Payday 1 had a server browser, and it had filters for difficulty. That's all this game needed. It would have worked out fine. They could have made it more flashier, and they were going for it to be different. I understand that, but they could have done that with another server browser, but just a traditional server browser would have worked just fine. But I digress. Other than that, this game was pretty fun. I do have a problem with the people who play it, though. Most of the time, if you're low level or whatever, people will kick you out of a match, which is understandable, I guess. But my problem with that is there's an option. If you join the match and you're the first one in the match, you can set an option that limits, has a reputation limit, which reputation is a level system in this game. You can have a limit to that. Say you can set it to like 20 or 30 or 40. If someone's not above level 40, they cannot join your match. And it's right there. It's clear as day. It's also an option for friends. So if that's the reason you kick somebody, you can set that option, have it private or only for friends. It's not hard to find at all. And it makes me kind of mad that they don't do that. But again, I digress. The game is pretty fun for the most part. I'm having fun with it. I also bought Saints Row 4, and I wasn't planning on buying Saints Row 4. I was actually going to wait a little bit, but the gameplay I saw on YouTube was just too tempting, and I had to go for it. I had to buy it. And I've actually already beaten it. I actually bought that game so I could play it at school. And I did, and I beat it, and I've done a lot of the other side quests too. I've pretty much done all the side quests actually. Now I'm just going after various the collectibles, and that's tedious. But I go after that stuff. It's whatever. It's tedious in every game. So and actually the customization, the collectible, one of the big one is these things called clusters, and there's I believe over 1,000 of them. That may be combined with the statues and the audio logs that you can get, but for the most part, there's over 1,000, I think, of them, and that is a lot. And they're all together. They're all pretty clustered together. You can find a lot of them. You can probably get them all like in one island within like less than probably an hour, I would say. Probably less than that even, but it's just kind of tedious. But for the most part, it's whatever. It's tedious no matter what game it is, and it's a little easier to find those. And there is an unlockable collector. It just shows them. If you do, I believe it's Matt Miller's his side quests. His first reward for you is collector finder. It just shows them up on your map. It puts them on your map so you can find them easy. And that was in Saints Row the 3rd, and it was really helpful. And in this, it's again clusters everywhere. It makes it a lot easier to find them. It goes in the mini map and in the pause screen map, or actually it's the select screen, but whatever. It's in there, so it's helpful. It's tedious, but whatever. But other than that, Saints Row 4 is a blast. I had fun playing the story. I am really, really enjoying it. Just the gameplay in general. Saints Row. One thing I will say about Saints Row is that probably has some of the funnest gameplay you will get in a game on the market right now. I think GTA 5 will top it as far as story, and I would say gameplay too for this one. But if you're comparing like Saints Row the 3rd, Saints Row 4, even to GTA 4, yeah, it tops it. It tops it, no matter what. Because there's just so much in Saints Row to do. There's so much you can do. With your character being completely yours, you can customize them from the ground up, or her. It's completely your option to do whatever you want with it. And then the story in Saints Row is not a big deal. It's there. The whole point of Saints Row and Volition, they understand that what they have is a good gameplay. The story really is really irrelevant for the most part. While it does explain the background or whatever, it's not the main reason why you should buy a Saints Row game. The main reason you should buy a Saints Row game is to have fun, and the gameplay really does reflect that. And I really do enjoy Saints Row. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing an elaborate review on that for Reviewed, but with the internet situation at school, I'm not sure that's going to happen anytime soon, which kind of sucks. Cause I do have I kind of want to do something special in October. I won't talk too much about that now. I may go ahead and do that, but it would all be at home or whatever, which can be done. But I will talk about that more later. But anyway, I try to imitate a funny anyway. What am I doing? Anyway. So let's stop saying anyway and move on. So other than that, Saints Row 4, buy it. It's fun. I had a lot of fun playing it. And this month, September, we do have GTA 5, as I said. And that's going to be good. That I can almost guarantee that game is going to win Game of the Year. Unless if it flops, which I don't think it will, because Rockstar has put a lot of work into that game. You can tell by just what they have shown us already and what they haven't talked about. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a blast. So I'm already getting that. I already have it pre-ordered, actually. So I'll get to play. Well, sadly, I won't be able to play it until the weekend because I'm not going to get it sent to the school or whatever. So it'll be at home when I go home that weekend. So I'm going to play it that weekend and bring it to school that next week and have a lot of fun playing it, I guarantee it. So look forward to that. You should buy it. If you're not buying it, you need to. It's just one of those things, you need to do it. You need to be part of that. It's not like Hollister clothing or Aeropostale clothing. You can skip out on that shit. GTA, if you're a gamer, you probably need to play that game. I'm just saying. Yeah, Call of Duty, no. No, fuck that game. GTA 5, yes. Yes. Especially because they're bringing so much back. Like, they're bringing, like, haircuts, I believe, back. I think that's what I saw. That may have been tattoos I'm confusing it with, but, they're bringing so much back that was missing since San Andreas. And, of course, it's not going to be like San Andreas. They're probably not going to let you do as much as you could in San Andreas, but they're doing so much. They're bringing in fire jets back. They're bringing tattoos on over sure back. I do remember seeing that on Trevor. And they're doing a lot more with that game, and I really like that. And then the story is going to be good, because it's Rockstar. I mean, I didn't like GTA 4 story so much. I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't the best. If you can compare it to other GTAs, it was not the best story ever, but I had fun playing it still. I actually played that game, I think, 3 or 4 times through. I had fun playing it, nonetheless. So I think it's going to be good. Rockstar always, they never seem to disappoint too much, unless it's like Manhunt 2. I haven't played Manhunt 2, but I've heard bad things about it. But anyway, now I'm rambling on. Now I'm talking for almost 20 minutes, so I think I'm going to cut it right here. I think I've talked long enough. I think I've gotten too much out of this commentary. No one watched it, so who cares, really? I mean, if you watched it, you watched it, and that is your loss in my gain. Those 20 minutes almost were mine to spend. Get that reference? You're awesome. So anyway, I will catch you guys next time. Maybe like a week from now. I don't know when. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Follow me on Twitter if you want to talk specifically. I just plugged my Twitter feed. I am now going to hate myself. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.